Many years ago, in Achala village, Ulunma was coming back from the stream carrying a large clay pot of water when her brother Umunna met her on the way and said, "Ulunma, what man is that they will be with Papa? I heard your name mentioned. It's like they are talking about you." Ulunma said, "Maybe they are talking about my going to college next month." Umunna looked pensive and said, "Olu, I don't think so. Anyway, Mama is waiting for you." Ulunma dropped her pot and went to see their mom. "Mama, Umunna said you are waiting for me. Is anything the matter?" "Yes, Nne, bia kanyekpa." Mama, ogenekwa. Nne, we have a visitor from Umudim village. He was sent by Chief Ugo. You remember them, the richest family in Umudim? Being a young, beautiful girl of 18, Ulunma already knew the end of this gist and had a ready answer. "I said I want to go to college, to be a woman of worth, to be able to not only provide better for you, but also be able to help other women in our village and beyond. Marriage is far from what I want now. Very, very far, Mama." "Olu, I don't understand you. This family is rich and you can go to college after marrying the man, especially if he is from Ugo's family. You know that you have gone to school and me, I didn't go to school at all. But from what I am seeing in this life now, money is very important. If you marry an Ugo, our story will change forever. Marrying into that family is like forming a permanent connection with money. You need to listen to me, Nne. Listen to me now." Early morning the next day, Papa called Ulunma to talk. The same Ugo family talks. From talking gently and nicely, he began to issue threats. "Ulunma, you will not be the one to stop the good that is about happening to our family." "Papa, I want to go to teachers training college. I passed. I want to do well there and get employed as a high grade teacher and be able to take far better care of you and women in our community later in life. Papa, I do not know the Ugos, but Papa, it is far more important for me to get this college education I'm talking about." "Ulunma, is it not obvious to you that I cannot afford the school fees?" "Papa, I will get a scholarship." Papa said, "What is that?" Ulunma said, "Papa, it means that government will pay my school fees and even give me pocket money every term. Government is giving scholarships to girls to encourage us to go to school instead of early marriage." Papa retorted, "Wise girls marry when they have this kind of Ugo family opportunity. And government talks about early marriage. What is early about your age? You are already 18. I married your mother when she was 14. Don't be deceived by the government. When you finish the school, will the government give you husband? Be wise now. The people you call government are the same people that bought and sold our grandfathers to strange lands as slaves without pay. You don't yet know their real agenda for this going to school up and down. Anyway, you can leave now. Some men are coming from Ugo family tomorrow." The next day, two men arrived and Ulunma was invited to come and greet them. She greeted and left. The prospective suitor didn't come yet. These men were sent by Chief Ugo himself to come and clear the grounds for him and his 42-year-old son. Ulunma's parents were happy and wanted all the marriage processes to begin right away. There was only one problem. Ulunma was not interested. It was arranged that the suitor would come on an introductory visit, and it was a brief one since he needed to go somewhere with his father. Ulunma came and respectfully greeted him and the entourage he came with. Ulunma was planning to do the unthinkable, run away. But run to where? That was just impossible as far as her small mind could fathom. Ulunma's maternal uncle found out and reported that Nnamdi Ugo had married twice. This was the third. The first died during childbirth. The second died mysteriously. She went to the market and came back screaming and then collapsed and died. 5 children were there without a mother. Ulunma was going to be their new mom. He also reported that Nnamdi had tuberculosis. None of these things meant anything to Ulunma's parents. Her mom said, diseases come and go after some time. Do they really? These, however, were adult talks that they chose not to disclose to Ulunma. Everything went fast and Ulunma got married off to Nnamdi Ugo. Not many questions were asked. They only were happy that Ugo's son came for their daughter and paid a handsome bride price and brought more than they were asked to. Achala people were heavily entertained as Chief Ugo happily doled out a heavy sum for entertaining the entire Achala. So Ulunma followed them home. Trouble started when Ulunma mentioned that she needed to get a job as an auxiliary teacher. She decided to put a pause to her ambitions instead of creating trouble early in her marriage. Ulunma also discovered that her husband was coughing in one kind of way, especially at nights. From servants' whispers around their big compound, Ulunma learned that he had had that cough for over 5 years. Ulunma became a mother at 18 to the 5 kids, ages 6 to 13. 3 by first wife and 2 by second wife. She was nice and kind to these kids. She began to teach them at home when they came back from school. Initially, it seemed like nothing was happening, but soon her input began to show in their performance and behavior at school. 5 years since she got married, yet no pregnancy for Ulunma. She didn't think it was a mystery because Nnamdi didn't even like to invite her to his room. The few times they tried, he would start coughing and that would end every attempt to make babies. Ulunma was at peace with not going into that room anyway. One day, Ulunma's mom came visiting. By around 4 a.m., she tapped Ulunma to wake up. Next, she started the usual questions. Nne, I've been waiting and waiting to come for Omugo, but it's 5 years now and nothing has happened. Ogini, why? Why are you not giving me grandchildren, Nne? Is anything the matter? Ulunma started crying and said, Mama, did you and Papa not know that Nnamdi is far older than me? Mama interrupted. Nne, that doesn't matter. I wanted you to marry where there is money to solve our different problems. But I'm not seeing the money and I think it's because you don't have your own children. Because if I come for Omugo, what this family would give me to take home would almost feed our entire Achala for 1 month. But I don't know what you are doing. Ulunma said, Mama, you make me feel that money is more important to you than my welfare. And it's immediate money that you want because I might not have much after going to college, but I would have enough to take care of you. Now you are aware that my husband has Okwaranta. You knew, didn't you? Mama was pensive, sobered up. Mom, does he still have it? I thought it would go within a few months. Chimo. He can't perform now. Ukwaranta doesn't allow them perform. Ha. Mwamo. Ewu atami gunisi. I feel very horrible about this. Tuberculosis. What do we do? Mama, there's nothing to do. I find joy in taking care of his other children, and that's okay. Mama left unhappy later that day. The first 2 children had gone to a secondary school for boys and girls in the city. They were given full scholarship by the government school board for super excellence. They lived in the school. Ulunma was growing more and more beautiful daily. Nandi's condition wasn't getting any better. He was now confined to his room. One day after breakfast, they noticed he wasn't coughing anymore. Everyone felt he probably was getting better. Evening, no coughing, in spite of the evening cold breeze. Ulunma opened his door to find him stretched out in bed, dead. She let out a heart-rending cry. Chief Ugo rushed in to find what had gone wrong. He was quickly buried, and the people that gathered were quickly entertained, and they all left. 6 months after, Chief Ugo started talking smoothly to Ulunma. Ulunma found that absurd and kept pushing him off respectfully. One fateful night, Chief Ugo pushed the small door to Ulunma's room open and raped her. You see, Chief is a powerful man and easily overpowered her. Unfortunately for him, he left his special red cap in her room as he hurried off. Ulunma was pregnant. The people of Umudim held a meeting to send her packing back to her parents. She was too ashamed to say what really happened. They would send her packing because she was sleeping around with men, according to them. Ulunma packed her things and went back home, leaving Nnamdi's children who were crying. Because this kind of supposed illegitimate pregnancy is a taboo in Achala village and punishable, the Igwe of Achala had to raise a committee to investigate the matter. Finally, Ulunma was invited to see 3 top Igwe's cabinet men. She told them that she was raped, but it would be best to not judge the matter till she delivers the baby. Then the full story would come out. Ulunma's father was a member of Igwe's cabinet. He was immediately relieved of his seat as soon as they got wind of this atrocity. Ulunma, while waiting to be delivered of the baby, had to find somewhere to go to. Her parents knew the truth, but all decided to keep mum till after delivery of the baby. Her former teacher had married and moved to the city. She contacted her and she welcomed Ulunma. Soon, Ulunma gave birth to a baby boy who looked exactly like Chief Ugo. She was ready to tell her story. With the help of her teacher and her husband, Ulunma returned to Achala for the case to start. She also had Chief Ugo's special cap. On the set day, Chief Ugo was invited to Igwe's palace. Initially, he completely denied ever touching her. Then Ulunma produced the cap and presented the baby to all the Igwe's cabinet men who were present. Finally, Chief admitted. Igwe felt disappointed and said as much to Chief Ugo. Chief Ugo offered to marry Ulunma, who said she wasn't ready to be a 5th wife. Igwe declared that Chief Ugo is no longer worthy to be called a chief, and that he should build a house for Ulunma and her father, whose house had been heavily leaking. Mazi Ugo should take 3 cows to go and apologize to Ulunma's father. And he had no right to take the baby since his first response was a complete denial of the obvious. In 2 years, a young man that Ulunma met in the city who knew her story came to take her hand in marriage. The young man, Achebe, is a doctor in the city and wants Ulunma to go to teachers training college as she wanted and then proceed to the university. In a few years, Ulunma was living her best life with the love of her life, with whom she has 4 children. Her parents are better taken care of, having also moved to a more modern house built for them by Ulunma and her husband. Chief Ugo died in shame within 3 years after the rape. Yes, Ulunma achieved her dreams of going to teachers training college and even beyond. She became very happy. What advice do you have for the likes of Ulunma's parents who loved immediate gratification instead of sending their daughters to school? What advice do you have for Ulunma? What about Chief himself? Chief Ugo, what advice do you have for people like him? Somebody of his caliber raping his own daughter-in-law? Wow. What's the moral of the story? Allow your girls to go to school and let them make their choice of who to marry. Marriage is not by force. Marriage is better with somebody you can relate with as friends. Please let's read your comments below. Remember to click the like button if you enjoyed the story. Also click both the subscribe button and the bell to ensure you get to know when next we upload another very interesting story. See you then. Goodbye.